This video is about saving seeds from dragon fruit. First, you need a dragon fruit. This guy right here is one of the new ones from Israel. This is the Desert King. It appears to be a cross, I believe, it's a cross between the yellow dragon fruit, or Solanacereus megalanthus, and it's probably crossed with the Hylocereus they call Costa Rican dragon fruit, because the inside of this thing is really a pretty purple. And so first thing I want to do is I'm going to take the fruit apart. So we'll dissect this, and hopefully we can actually save the pulp so we can eat it too. These things go for $6 a pound. I'm more interested in the seeds because I want to grow this, but nevertheless I don't want to throw the fruit out. So I'm going to start with a knife here. I'm going to take off the front end where the blossom was at. You can expose the fruit right there. And I'll pull back on it like that so it kind of opens up down one side. And I go ahead and I'm going to take the back end of it off too, and pretty much do the same thing down this side. That should leave it so we can get inside here and just peel this off and around the fruit. See how nice, there we go. Beautiful. Isn't that gorgeous? What a flavor, huh? What a color. This actually has really good taste. I am actually not that excited about most of the dragon fruit that's being grown out there. Hylocereus undatus variety, which is the most common, big red or pink fruits, generally with white cores in them. I think it tastes like unripe watermelon. I don't think it's quite enough sugar. I don't think it's quite enough flavor. Well, the Israelis feel the same way, and so they've been creating hybrids of these fruits. This one right here brings in the purple color of the Costa Rican fruit into the sweetness of the yellow fruit, which is really cool. Plus, this one seemed to bring a little acidity in with it too. It gives it a little more exciting taste. There's sugar and acid in this fruit. So it's really tasty. It's one of the better tasting dragon fruit I've ever had. So, next thing we need to do is to get the seeds out of the fruit. So, first thing we need is something to catch the pulp and juice in, because like I say, at $6 a pound, I'm not throwing the fruit away. I need a strainer to catch the seeds. And we need a fruit with a knife, because this is easier to do when the fruit's been cut in two first. So I'm going to part this. Oh, isn't that beautiful? Isn't that beautiful? I just think it's gorgeous. I can't wait to get this variety growing. And so then I'm going to also reduce it into some smaller hunks over here. There we go. All right. There we go, got a strainer full of fruit pieces. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to go in here and I'm going to mash this with my fingers. We're going to make dragon fruit baby food. Actually, most of the juice and most of the pulp will go right through this strainer and come out the other side. So, if you want to drink it, eat it with a spoon, make jelly jam, or mix it with vodka and ice, whatever you got in your mind. You can do that later. See? Got mostly the seeds smashed here. Got a bowl full of juice. Alright, and so it's like I said, it's easier to do these about half a fruit at a time. Otherwise it starts slopping out the sides. Look at my fingers. This stuff is colorful. What a gorgeous, fuchsia. Fuchsia color. Alright, wipe the pulp off the bottom of this. There we go. Pretty well pulped out. Next, we gotta wash them. Pre-dragon fruit snack. Okay, so seeds, strainer, nice cool water. You don't want to waste too much water here in California. We're in a drought, but I don't know how the heck else to clean this mess without some water. I mean, look at the color going down the drain over here. My goodness. After we get them thoroughly washed out, what happens to us here is that this seed produces a mucilage. There's a gum all around the outside. Kind of looks like a little bit like frog eggs, right? Each little black seed's embedded in a little ball of jello Now, I imagine the cactus has its reasons for this. That's usually when you find things like this in nature, there are good reasons why the seed does this. There are other seeds that do this. I mean, have you ever gotten basil seed wet? You soak basil in water. It does the same thing. Swells up into a little jelly. Chia seed, that's why you can make a chia pet, because of that gum on the seed. Well, apparently this particular variety of dragon fruit makes a really good gum on the outside of the seed. I know that the yellow type is actually easier to get this off. If you clean long enough, it starts coming out the bottom. Like, this one, it just doesn't break down. And so I wash it down to the point that most of the purple's out. And then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to dehydrate the seeds for a while inside the strainer so all the water drips out. After that, I'm going to spread them out on a plate. Next, I have a clean plate, and I've got a bunch of goopy dragon fruit seeds in a strainer here. So I'm going to take these and I'm going to pull them out. You can see pretty well what I'm talking about with this jelly here. These things actually, they embed themselves in it. It's trying to plant them when they're in the wet state is amazingly funny too. They get stuck all over you. It sticks to the potting soil. It's just crazy. Now, for my next trick, I'm going to attempt to try to spread this stuff out as thin as possible across the plate. This is in a pretty good state right now. The gum has dried for a little while, has become quite tacky, and I'm actually able to get it to stick more to the plate and to itself than to my fingers. Now, the main reason I don't try to fight this gum off of the seed is because, as I said, I believe that the cactus probably has its reasons for it. And if for no other reason, what will happen here is that seed makes a nice ball of hydrogel around itself, and so that it keeps the seed moist for germination. I think it makes the seed stick down to wherever it hits, because, man, I can't get it off my fingers. That's for sure. This is quite challenging here, trying to get the last fruit seeds off. Impossible. Can't be done. I'm going to have to take some of it off with water. So, 36 hours later, this is what we end up with. The gum around each one of the seeds actually turns into like varnish. Hardens on the seeds. It also hardens on the plate. You can see the spots left here from it. I had to agitate these seeds as they were drying. I kind of tumbled them around, moved stuff, pushed the dry ones to the edges and so on. I just tried to keep them spread out so they were tumbled so the gum was exposed upward. And it took about 36 hours to turn those gummy, nasty seeds into this nice, dry, hard stuff right here that's going to be a lot easier to handle for planting, and we'll also be able to put it away in a bag this way too. So, pre-planting mealtime snap! Here we have nice, dry seeds then. And I like to store my seeds mostly in paper. I like envelopes because they ventilate. And we have labeled. Here I have a flower pot that has some moistened potting soil in it. Now I'm going to take some of this fresh seed and I'm going to sprinkle it across the top of the potting soil and put about maybe 20 or 30 good seeds into this pot like that. A dragon fruit seed likes light to germinate, and so we left the seed on the top of the soil. I'm going to press it down just a little bit to firm it. There you go. And since we have the seed on the top, I have some saran, and I'm going to wrap this pot in saran so that the seed stays moist. Now I'm going to take it, I'll put it over here on the windowsill. Over here I got a little greenhouse garden window, and sitting in the back of it where the light is not too strong but it's bright, I'm going to put that pot. It's nice and warm over here in the kitchen, and that should allow the dragon fruit to come on up in about 7 to about 28 days. It depends. This one I'm not familiar with. This particular dragon fruit is a brand new one to me, the Desert King, and so I don't really know how long it's going to take to come up. I know that the last batch of orange dragon fruit I planted was up in 7 days flat. The yellow dragon fruit that I grow usually takes about 7 to 14 days to germinate seed. I'm hoping this one will be up in about 2 weeks' time. I know there are probably questions out there about how long does dragon fruit seed last. Well, I can't find it. I've searched and searched and searched. One gentleman who is a farmer of this crop has assured me the seed has a very short lifespan. And I've always kind of questioned that because it's a cactus seed, and generally those will hold up for a while. It could be the way he washed the seed out that caused the short lifespan. I don't know. But in general, most cactus seed will probably be good for at least the next year, if not beyond. I'm hoping this will be too, because I intend to plant some of it over at the house in Hawaii too, not just here in California. So that's how you clean out dragon fruit seed. Oh, what a goopy mess. Happy gardening. See you later.